Hey guys, my name is Robbie Durant and welcome to the RDR Show. Yes, please, the RDR Show where I can say what I want, when I want, about what I want, and who gives a damn.
The RDR Show with Robbie Durant.
Coming up on the RDR Show this week, we've got our news, local and international news. President Cyril Ramaphosa jetting into the UK and spending some time with King Charles III. Stay tuned for this one. Celebrity interview with the absolute legend of Mr. Sunday Night Mnet's Carte Blanche, Derek Watts. Cannot wait for that one. The Woman on the Rise, our new segment that we've brought out and giving honor to ladies that are doing really well out there in business and sport. We're chatting to LO'CAL Beverages and talking about her brand that's taken Eastern Cape by storm. It's in the Western Cape as well as going into Durban and possibly Johannesburg as well. Our sports wrap, we are chatting to Steve Turner and Tersia Peterson. They are based in the Kids Beach Primary School, and they are doing a fundraiser, an event coming up on the 17th of December. It's for the whole family. We cannot wait for that one. It's going to be exciting stuff. And a touch rugby tournament as well happening with the Lilies also getting trained up. And then our talent search, which gives you, the viewer, musicians, rapper, DJs, or aspiring artists, the opportunity to be on the RDR Show. We want you to send your videos in. This week, we're chatting to Gqeberha's legend singer. He's been in the business for about 20 years. The man, Wayne Kallis. He's going to be performing on the RDR Show. Let's kickstart the show. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa jetted across to the UK and was treated like absolute royalty at a banquet held at Buckingham Palace last week. He rubbed shoulders with King Charles III as well as spending some time with William and with Kate. Prince Charles gave a very moving introduction to the state, the head of state. And listen to this. He made him feel right at home with talking the African language to the President of South Africa. Listen to this.
President Ramaphosa, welcome. Evsheni, Dumela, Suabona, Molo, Molweni, Nda.
Wow.
Mr. President, my wife and I are delighted to welcome you to Buckingham Palace this evening.
Well, what a special tribute from Prince Charles to our president from South Africa. We're going to be chatting to Derek Watts in the show, and he had a very interesting story about the Queen, and he's going to be telling us about that coming a little bit later. The president represents South Africa with pride and honor. He did earn the nickname Prince of Darkness. Now, this is because of the issues with Eskom. So the last time I interviewed this man was in 2018. Carte Blanche had turned 30 years old. Fast forward to 2022, and next year Carte Blanche is going to be turning 35 years. The 35th year for Carte Blanche coming up next year in 2023. Derek Watts is still going very, very strong on Mnet's Carte Blanche. And Derek has been, let's say, the apple to the pie, the glue to the paper, and he's been an incredible broadcaster, by far South Africa's most well-known TV and investigative journalist. Derek Watts, you can hear him laughing in the background. Welcome to the RDR Show.
Thanks, Robbie. I think apple to the pie is a new one for me, but thanks anyway.
Is that a first, Derek? It's got to be a first.
Yeah.
Derek, the latest advert that came out, you showed some really good dance moves there with the Castlelight advert. Pretty brilliant.
Well, it took a few lessons, you know. I had to have 10 lessons. And, I'd say it's not quite as good as Daniel Craig's latest. Have you seen his latest advert with his moves? But I think he's in better shape than I am. But, Robbie, it was well received. I'm amazed that Mnet and Carte Blanche allowed me to do it, especially being alcohol involved. But I think they know that Castlelight's very serious about promoting responsible drinking, and I'm just very much against what happens in this country with drinking and driving. But yeah, I've been a good response. Funny, I have a very new audience because I'm meeting people who've never seen Carte Blanche.
Oh, wow.
And they're stopping me and they're saying, "Are you the dancing man?" And I was going through security in Cape Town Airport about 2 weeks ago. So you put your stuff in the plastic bucky, and it goes through. And my blazer was in there, so it all went through. And then the guy who sort of stands and checks the guys looking at the screens looked up at me and said, as I was putting on my blazer, he said, "Is that the blazer you do this with?"
Derek, what was funny about that advert is to see how right in the beginning. What was really funny is when the people were scattering, they see you walking down the street, and they just check, "Derek, what's coming?" and they scatter. Does that happen in real life? I mean, do you see when you open that door and people see it's Derek Watts at the door, you just see that face go blank, and you can see they want to run 100 miles?
Look, it does happen, hey, Robbie. I wouldn't say it happens every day, but depends. I always say to people if they've got a guilty conscience. And I think that expression, "I just wanted a Sami," has now become a trending expression.
Yeah, absolutely.
But certainly, people, especially if you're taking your car for a service or sometimes going to a restaurant, they're very wary. And I know my local dealer, Mercedes dealer, at one stage we had spanners awarded to dealerships for good or bad service. And for some reason, Merck didn't come out well in that survey. And they were doing everything to improve the service. And it took, it's not my car because I drive a little Fiat 500 Abarth. But I took my wife's car, which is small Merc, the smallest Merc you can get. But they were all lined up there at the dealership and filled in all the forms. And we were about to leave when, one of the staff came with a little plastic packet with, I think it was like R5 in it. And they said, "I think you left this in the car." As if it was like a little test we'd set. So, yeah, some people overreact, but depends on the stories we've done as well, Robbie. We did a lot of things on, fish that are red-lined or, we shouldn't be eating. And then those fish restaurants are very wary when we walked in there. So it depends. But generally, I think people are wary of all Carte Blanche presenters. Although we're not always doing, investigations. We're sometimes, presenting the light side of life.
Absolutely.
Like Mac with his, I don't know if you saw it with his, what is it called? The Draadkar or Draadkar rally.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago. I mean, that was brilliant.
Derek, I'm going to get into something that is really special. You had an incredible experience with Carte Blanche, with the late Queen Elizabeth. Can you tell me about that experience? Yes, well, I suppose it's my claim to fame when it comes to the late Queen of England. And I was on a story on royal watches and in the UK with Diana Lucas, one of our top producers. And she always pushes the limits. And we'd done the story. We'd interviewed all the people from TV, radio, guys who write books on the royals. But Di's always got to find something else. So she said she'd found out that the Queen was opening, I think it was a centre for the aged or the elderly these days, we call them, and that, we might get a shot of her. So we went along to the location in London, and she just arrived in her vehicle and went into the home. So that was a bit of a damp squib. And it was damp, and in fact, it was raining at the time, and some of the royal watchers we were with called it a day. And they thought, no, that's all they're getting. And so we stuck around. I probably wouldn't have, Robbie, but Diana's very insistent. And then we saw the Queen come out and start ambling down the road, and she was going to pass us. So Di says, "Well, you must shout out at the Queen." I said, "Di, you don't shout out at the Queen." He said, "No, you do. When it's, when we're on a Carte Blanche story, you will shout out." And then there was a policeman, who heard this, a Bobby. And he said, "No, you don't shout out at the Queen."
So Di says, but if you did shout out the Queen, what would you call her? She said, Mom. So I just wanted to make sure it was the right terminology. So she passed right by us, and I thought, okay, I've got to do it now. Shout it out to Mom, looking forward to seeing you in Southern Africa. And I just thought she would just carry on, but she stops. She stops and says, oh, thank you very much. Looking forward to the visit. And I feel I could have banged in another 10 questions. I think I got a bit of stage fright. And but the royals phoned us, the royal watchers phoned us after and said, you've had an interview with the Queen. I said, well, it was a very short exchange. No, that's an interview with the Queen.
Wow,
so
wow.
that is my little claim to fame. I've been interviewed with the late Queen. And I hate sort of name dropping because King Charles told me that it lacks form. So I try not to do it too much.
Derek, we're talking about technology. Let's talk about, you've met the robot Sophie. Is AI going to take over the world as Elon Musk predicts or indicates? He's come out and said, look, AI potentially could be damning for the world. What's your opinions on that? And you had a little sparkle in your eye for Sophie there, Derek.
I thought there was some sort of Bluetooth connection with Sophie. Yeah, a bit of a spark. Look, first of all, I'm a huge Elon Musk fan in many respects. I think in some other respects, he's, I was going to say a little bit crazy, but he'd probably sue me. But yeah, he's different. Elon is different, but I guess to get that success that he's had, you have to be different. And, when I first met him at his little rocket factory in LA, and his first Falcon hadn't flown yet, and he told me then he had enough for 3 launches, then he was done. And it was just so fascinating to see how this place was open, to the road, how all these techies who weren't all space techies, a lot of them were just geeks, computer geeks, and they put together these Falcons. The first one, of course, wasn't so successful, and second one sort of wobbled off, and then he was up and running, and sure, he hasn't looked back with Tesla and Powerwall and you name it. So I'm digressing slightly, but Elon, what he's achieved is amazing. I don't always understand his rationales, but he is an incredible man.
Derek, just on a personal side, how did you meet your wife? Any children, grandkids? I'm sure your grandkids must look up to you as like super gramps, I'm sure.
No grandkids. I got 2 children, around about 30 years of age. Well, Kirsty's 29, Taran's 31. They are happy and healthy. I met Belinda at Pick and Pay.
Oh, wow.
In Benmore. Yeah. So we were both at the pet food department. I'd picked up a stray dog in the Magaliesberg, and I'd never had a dog before. And she was getting food for a cat, and we struck up a conversation. And that's 34 years ago.
Wow, that's an interesting. So a little bit of advice to youngsters: get a dog, go to the pet shop, and you might just meet your future wife.
Well, it's not a bad thought, and I think walking in the parks is also a good thing, because people stop and chat there, and you never know if you are looking for a partner. You take your hound there, and you'll always find somebody to talk to. And the only problem is, I know I get a bit embarrassed going to the park because we've just got a little Yorkie, and they're guys with Rottweilers and pit bulls and very nicely behaved dogs. But I sometimes feel that there should be a service at these parks where you can rent a dog to look a little bit more macho, because
so you fit in.
Me and Diesel don't crack it when it comes to the macho stakes. But we joke about it. But in Cape Town, there's a very good venture there where the dogs that have been looking for homes, well, not personally, but the initiative, so you can actually take a dog for a walk along the beach there. and hopefully fall in love with it and adopt it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
That's
I
incredible.
just think our parks now have rented dog.
I'd love to know what your pickup line there was when you saw your future wife, Derek. I think
I think it was, haven't I met you before somewhere? Very original. That was how original is that?
Well, it worked, Derek.
It was a long
worked.
time ago, Long time ago.
It certainly worked. We've got Spitfire questions coming up now. So just answer the one or the other. We're going to try and get to know who Derek Watts is in about 7 or 8 questions.
Okay.
Ready?
To be honest.
Yeah, you have to be honest. It's straightforward. Straightforward, one answer or the other. So we're going to kickstart. Derek, are you ready? Favorite meat
ready.
on the braai?
Ribeye.
Ribeye, yes. Do you do the dishes at home, Derek?
No, I cannot lie. I sometimes rinse them. I rinse them and put them in the sink.
Derek, when you go to the bar, do you have a tequila or do you have a Jägermeister?
I have a Castle Light.
Oh, that's a good answer. That's some extra cash for you there. We have spoken about this. Just one person, Derek, your favorite celebrity of all time, or famous person you've ever met.
The Queen.
Okay, that's a good. That's also on the fence, Derek. No one in South Africa. Derek, I'm going to go to rugby. You do obviously support rugby. I saw your picture with Sia. Your favorite rugby player of all time?
I'd say, because I'm biased, Ray Mort. But I'm a big Shark supporter, so I'm in mourning. 35-0 wasn't good.
And unfortunately, the coach is gone. It's also quite sad. Sean Everett, met him a couple of times. Sean's
had his resignation in,
Your best memory of broadcasting, your one where it just like says, oh, wow.
I guess standing at Base Camp Mount Everest with Kathy O'Dowd. Got there by helicopter. I have to admit, didn't climb there. But the climbing season was over, so there was nobody there at Mount Everest Base Camp. There wasn't a tent peg. There's not a sign. It's just the ice and the mountain. And, standing there and just seeing that was hard to describe, that wall of ice and that the beauty of it. I can see why people are entranced and wanting to actually just climb to the top of it. And as it happens, our cameraman actually became a climber and climbed the 7 summits. But that moment, was probably it. Standing on in that little, not a little, but an Adidas tracksuit, the helicopter taking off because of the noise. And it was a moment. That was a moment.
What music does Derek Watts listen to?
It's a combination of, I suppose, old and modern. People are sometimes surprised by my playlist that it does have quite modern music. And of that modern music, I don't know why people are so against, people who say over 50, why are they so against modern music? Because there are just such amazing singers out there who aren't, I don't know, are they entranced by the fact that they were in the rock era or something. But I just listen to the top 40. I've got my favorites on my playlist. Obviously, Ed Sheeran I love because he doesn't take himself seriously. And do you watch his videos? He's just incredible. Such a laugh, the way he just takes a mickey out of himself. I love Lyra, and I know she's recovering at the moment, but I love Lyra's music, and that I'm just thinking of her song with Something Inside So Strong. I mean, that's an inspiration to me, listening to Lyra. But so many, Harry Styles, there's so many artists these days that are great to listen to. And yet I meet people who just insist on listening to the old Supertramp or whatever it was. I don't know. So a combination for me.
So you're a man of
probably best song. Do you want best song as well?
Best song.
Smooth by Santana. And Rob Thomas, was it?
Yes, nice one.
Yeah,
Very nice
that's
one.
universal.
Well, if you haven't seen Derek Watts dance, you've got to go watch that Castle Light advert and check the moves, because he likes young and old music as well. Derek Watts, just once again, it's been an absolute privilege and honor once again to speak to you, and I just want to wish you a wonderful Christmas as well with you and your family, and all the best for those next 34, 35 years. We're going to be right behind you on the RDR Show.
I'll be there. Not sure if I'll be here for Christmas. Might be a little surprise coming up, but we never know.
Nice.
Derek, and we never tell.
Thank you very much, and we're going to catch you soon again on the RDR Show.
Thanks a lot, Robbie. Go well, man, and all the best to you and your team, hey?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Take it easy. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Cheers for now.
Bye-bye.
Go well.
This woman has launched a new beverage product which started in Western Cape and now is in the Eastern Cape, taking Eastern Cape by storm, by the way. I want to welcome Janique Lee to the RDR Show.
Thanks, Robbie, and thanks so much for having me on the show. I feel quite privileged and honored. Really appreciate being here.
Tell me about this incredible brand. It's called LO'CAL Beverages. Tell me about it.
Okay, so the whole idea with LO'CAL is a healthy beverage alternative. So we are a premium alcoholic brand. We have the non-alcoholic version as well. We have 3 different flavors. There's crushed berry, squeezed citrus, and twisted lime. And the whole idea behind it is to allow people to still drink and have fun, but remain healthy. I think gone are the days where when you're on diet, you're not allowed to drink or party or have fun. The idea is to have a drink that allows you to still drink without feeling guilty.
So very health conscious. How long has this been going? I know it established in the Western Cape, now coming into the Eastern Cape. Do you see this also branching into, example, KwaZulu-Natal and Johannesburg, those places?
So it launched in the Western Cape and Gauteng area last year. We brought it to the Eastern Cape 3 to 4 months ago, and already it has taken off in East London, particularly by storm. We launched in PE 2 weeks ago, and we are actually launching in KwaZulu-Natal in 2 weeks' time.
Wow.
So
fantastic.
Yeah, we've got very big plans.
Okay, so those are big plans. I mean, and you're talking about Eastern Cape 3 months ago. We're talking East London 3 months ago. Now it's Port Elizabeth, and then it's Durban. So that's some big feat for you as well. Has East London been very supportive of this brand?
It's actually been quite incredible. When I started it, I loved the product and I really believed in it, but I didn't anticipate it taking off so quickly. If you think of other brands, you have to go on a journey to get it recognized and noticed. And within 3 months, we've managed to make quite a big noise in East London, not only from people liking the drink and drinking it, but also the brand itself. I think if you look around, you see some very prominent people wearing our merchandise at free will. And a lot of our merchandise has become incredibly popular very quickly.
Well, I think the question is, is the apparel, are you going to merchandise this stuff? Because I know you've got peaks, you've got costumes, you've got gym wear, you've got bar mats. I mean, there's just so much that you've got. And it's such a catchy brand as well, with the LO'CAL, with the color, with the O. Are you seeing yourself merchandising a lot of the stuff?
So initially the idea was to actually just get the brand noticed, not just through the alcohol being stocked in bars and restaurants and bottle stores, but just more than that, actually being visible on people. So we decided to sponsor various popular events with the idea of people wearing merchandise. But as more as that's been seen, the more people are actually wanting the merchandise. So the demand has become strong very quickly. So we are looking to actually open up an online shop.
Well, I've got to say, I didn't know you a week ago, and got to know you. I'd seen the merchandising and what was going out there. You've got some big names that are brand ambassadoring here in the Eastern Cape. Cindy Dredge being one, a couple of others.
Yeah, so I was very lucky to get some very key people in East London, especially in the health and fitness world, which is what our brand stands for, to back LO'CAL. So as you mentioned, Cindy Dredge has done amazing things for us. Louis Bessinger, her manager, Simone Anidis, Sarah Moritz, Katie Elderman, some really prominent people in East London have got behind LO'CAL.
Well, some really incredible ambassadors there as well. You are bringing woman power to Eastern Cape. How good does it make you feel? And is it inspirational that you can empower other ladies as well?
Yeah, I mean, that was never actually on my radar until you mentioned it. I don't see myself that way, but actually the work we've done over the last 3 or 4 months, it is quite an achievement very quickly to be able to be labelled someone that's empowering other women. And I am all about supporting women generally, and that you can have a career and still be a mom and a wife and live a normal life.
Well, yeah, that's pretty well said, because you're juggling a lot of things as well. And obviously then looking at potentially opening up Port Elizabeth, Durban. I mean, it's a mammoth task. Where do you see LO'CAL in 5 years' time?
So we do have grand plans. Obviously, at the moment, my key focus is Eastern Cape. We are looking to launch in Carte soon as well. But in actual fact, our grand plans going into next year is actually the UK.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And expanding into other countries, obviously UK, there must be other countries as well.
So we are in African areas. Namibia, Zimbabwe is in the pipeline. So yeah, we are looking to broaden out of South Africa, but the biggest next territory will be the UK. Okay, good.
Janique, just finally, if somebody is going into the shops, tell them why they should buy your product.
So LO'CAL is a premium brand. Normally a low-calorie beverage would have an aftertaste from the artificial flavorants in it. We actually use real fruit. So we squeeze the juice out of real fruit to give it a proper taste. And then it's a very refreshing drink. It's basically a soda-based drink, but perfect for summer. And we really believe that it's going to be the new best drink in town.
Well, summer's coming up. It's the perfect time to get your LO'CAL beverages at all shops, stocked kind of all over Eastern Cape at the moment?
Yeah, so majority of the bottle stores, you would find it in its tops, but we are stocked in most of the local bottle stores now.
Janique, thank you very much. Thanks for coming on to the RDR show. Woman on the rise. I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see in 5 years' time where you are. I think you are going to be absolutely flying with this brand, and we just want to say congratulations and good luck, and have a merry Christmas in your colorful outfit.
Thank you so much, Robbie.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye. So part of our sports section coming up today, we're going to be chatting to a very good old schoolmate, Steve Turner, who went to school together at Dell College in 95, I think it was, and to Tersia Peterson, who are part and parcel of the Kids Beach Primary School and doing an incredible fundraiser coming up on the 17th of December. Welcome to the RDR show, guys.
Thanks, Robbie, and thanks for having us.
Tersia, I'm going to start with you. Let's talk about what this event is for. Why are you doing this event, and in aid of what?
Robbie, Kids Beach Primary is a rural school. They've come a long way. We're actually 111 years old this year.
Okay.
And we are needing to raise funds because of the growth of the school at such a rate. We're needing to raise funds for extra classes because as we go along, we've built classes throughout the grade. So we're needing to keep up with that. There's a whole lot of infrastructure that we're needing. But in general, it's to raise funds, which is everybody's need these days.
Absolutely. Talking about Kids Beach, I mean, I remember Kids Beach as being a small place where you went on a holiday. Now it's turning out to be like a really revived little town. Tell us a little bit about where Kids Beach has gone and where it is now, because you have been at the Kids Beach Primary School from primary school.
Yes. I started in Kids Beach Primary in Sub-A. It was Sub-A in those days. And in the Sub-A, we actually had in the class, we had Sub-A, B, and Standard 1 in one class. When I left in Standard 5, there were 57 kids in the whole school.
Wow.
And it's grown, and with that the village has grown, but in the last few years specifically it's grown with a whole different atmosphere. With it doesn't have its little village syndrome anymore because it's spread out, and that is why we are wanting to capture all those people and bring them in and show them what Kids Beach Primary is about and what our ethos is. So as the community's grown, so has the school, and we need to keep up.
Tersia, you've had a couple of events at Kids Beach, which you've actually been part and parcel and organised. You've had great support there. I mean, you were talking about the numbers of 800 to 1,500 people have supported your events. Kids Beach seems to be thriving, that you need that support. And you're asking people, this next event coming up on the 17th is an incredible opportunity for the parents and everybody that's coming down to East London to support the event.
Yeah. Robbie, I joined the school. I came back. Well, not the school. It's my part-time factor. I'm enjoying it. I came back in January. I was actually invited back by the now principal. And when I came back, it was a case of everybody told me I've got a purpose, I must pull it through after COVID factor. And I realized that I'm starting to think this is my purpose. We landed up in, our first function was our colour my run, which we did. And we were expecting in the region of 400, maybe 500 people. And we had participants. We had over 800.
Wow.
We must have had at least 1,000 people on and off the school grounds that day, and it was a fantastic event. But in the beginning, my whole plan with it was to bring the colour back. It's a colour thing for me. Our kids, they've had families that they've lost. They've had moms, dads, grannies, grandpas with the pandemic. And for me, it was bringing back the fun and the rainbow. And we are encompassing that in our fundraising events.
I absolutely love that. And, you know, basically, you've got a youth rugby skills development happening. Steve, I'm just going to chat to you about this, as well as then an adult five-a-side touch tournament, which hopefully is going to be covered by Super Sports schools too. Steve, just cover those two aspects and welcome, obviously, long time no see.
Hi, Rob. Thanks for inviting us. Firstly, to God in heaven, I just want to say nothing is impossible. Thank you for this opportunity, the strength and the wisdom you've given us to share Kids Beach Primary's mission. And for the upcoming event of the Touch Rugby. I just want to say that first out.
Amen.
Thanks, Rob, for this platform. Yes, we've been putting through this wonderful event on the 17th of December. We're trying to cover all bases where people can bring their children. We're catering for the kids through jumping castles, water slides, paintball, laser tag. We're also doing a session with play ball. We're also doing, the kids will be able to have, there's pony rides, all those things too, while the adults are playing the touch rugby.
There's even a mechanical ball, Stevie.
Hey man, that thing will throw you from here till Sunday.
I want to see you on that thing.
Absolutely. So we're trying to cater for the kids as well and have the five-a-side touch rugby, which is an actual tournament for the adults. And then obviously we will be having, after all of that, going into third degree live band in our hall. And like you say, hopefully Super Sports schools will be on board and we will be able to live stream those main finals on the field for everybody to log in.
Steve, just talking about the entertainment, well, there's a lot of stuff for the kids to do, a family event, which is fantastic. When it comes to the rugby, I know there's also some great prizes that are happening on the main field for the teams that win, and first, second, third, I think it is, or fourth, fifth. Just highlight on those as well.
Yeah, our first prize is an unbelievable 12,000 Rand.
Wow.
We've said that we want to make it great and we want people to attend, and we also want to give back. How we've generated the prize money is actually all the entrance fee we've given back as prizes. So the school is also looking at helping give back to people, and we're also trying to make sure that the school is looked at and not just taking from people, but also giving back.
Love that. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so if people want to get tickets, they want to enter, how do they go about doing that?
Well, Rob, we've set up a website, the first website the school's ever had. If they want to go into that, they can click on http://kbps.co.za, and everything's on there. They can download the information pack, which covers how to register. It covers the amount that needs to be paid, entrance fee, and everything that you need to know, the field setup and everything's on that website.
Okay, and just to cover as well, this is happening at the Kids Beach Primary School. The cost for adults and kids?
The cost to get in for a kid is 10 Rand, adults is 20 Rand, and after 4 p.m. it's going to be 50 Rand entrance fee.
That's when the party starts. Well, I've got to say thank you for coming through. It's been fantastic to speak to both of you, and good luck with your event on the 17th. I think it's going to be an annual event, if not annual event.
Oh yes, all our events this year are going to be annual.
And we've got LO'CAL
awesome
Beverages
team.
Are also going to be supporting you, so that's going to be exciting stuff. Guys, make sure that you get your tickets. Go onto the Kids Beach Primary School website. It's the first time they've ever had a website, which is incredible. And it's on the 17th of December. If you want to put in a touch side, you can do that. You can win first prize 12,000 Rand. From the RDR Show, good luck, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
Well, continuing the sport, between 2020 and 2022, we have had and seen some disastrous things that have happened. Shit across this globe has gone really pear-shaped. From incoming Sleepy Joe, the COVID, which was just an absolute disaster. I don't know if anyone has seen what is happening with Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers that fight, those incredible fights between those two. Probably, I would say, one of the best, or two of the best heavyweights in boxing. Well, it's just got a little bit weirder in 2022. They have brought out edible holly ears. Now, who remembers Mike Tyson taking a bite out of Evander Holyfield's ear? Check this video out and tell me what you think about this. Where's this world going?
It's the most time of the year. Ooh, ooh. Cherry pie punch will punch you in the pie. Cherry pie punch. And it will punch you the out.
And it will punch you in the eye.
It'll punch you right in the pie.
Oh, punch you right in the pie. Oh, okay. And it will punch you right in the eye. And the pie will punch you in the eye. Pie will punch you in the eye?
The pie.
And we'll punch you right in the pie.
No eyes.
Pie in the eye. Well,
Cherry punch pie will punch you in the motherfucking eye. Oh, I forgot this is about commercial.
it will.
Sorry.
Okay. Will punch you in the pie.
Wow.
Got it.
My ears don't taste like cherry pie.
Yes, they do. Well, I should know. That wasn't even in it, right?
So we're setting the example that to our kids that basically we celebrate biting somebody's ear. I don't know, for Christmas. But this is the Christmas specials that are coming out now. Maybe an asteroid can just come out from space and hit the Earth and put us out of our misery because, or can maybe Iron Mike just come and knock me out so that I can be put out because I'm not sure what's going on with this world. But anyway. And finally, the Springboks absolutely annihilated England, played incredible rugby, and this try was credit to the work that's been invested by the Springboks. Check this one out. Wasn't that just one of the most perfect tries? If you look at the skill from the start to the finish, it was just pure magic from the Springboks. In the final World Cup rankings, as we know, international rugby has ended for the year. Ireland top ranked with 90.63 points, and well deserved with the accolade of World Rugby of the Year with Irish flanker Josh van der Fleer. He just absolutely deserved that. SA has dropped to 4 with 88.97, below France, which has got 90.1, and New Zealand with 88.98. World Cup 2023, it's on its way, and the Bokke are building. We cannot wait. In our talent search this week, a man from GQ, Gqeberha, Port Elizabeth, is singing sensation. He's been there for 20 odd years. This man, Wayne Kallis, is a household name in East London and in Port Elizabeth, specifically in Port Elizabeth. I want you to welcome Wayne Kallis to the RDR Show. He's going to be playing us a song, and check out this talent. Check him out.
My name is Wayne Kallis. I'm a singer and guitarist out of Port Elizabeth. Pretty easy to find on Facebook or any social media, really. And I'm going to do my version of an old Chris Isaac classic called Wicked Game. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I found somebody like you. I never dreamed that I loved somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play, made me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, made me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, you never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This girl is only gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. With you. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire make foolish lovers do. I never dreamed that I'd lost somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lost somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This girl is only gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This girl is only gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
Well, Wayne, you keep on rocking. Good luck. Remember, if you need to contact Wayne for any events, you can hit him up on Wayne Kallis on his Facebook page. Well, that's the end of the RDR show, the last show of the year. I just want to thank all the guests that attended this week's show. A very special thank you to Rose Studios for all the hard work that they've put in over the last 7 episodes. It's been incredible to work with Darian and his team. And I just want to say thank you very much from my side for all that they've invested. And we can only go from strength to strength on the RDR show. Please subscribe on YouTube, as well as check out the RDR show, one word. And you can also get us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all under the RDR show. From our side, have a fantastic Christmas. And we're going to catch you early next year from the RDR show. Cheerio.
The RDR Show with Robbie Durant.